Welcome back to 1795, October the 7th, which is actually tomorrow. And we are preparing turn 9, but before we do that, let's see what's the situation like regarding the ships. So we have the Victoire with 7 rigging damage and 3 hull damage. The 7 rigging, as you see, takes out 2 movement points. The Jupiter is already on his damaged side and with 1 hull and overall 5 rigging damage. The Bara is on 1 rigging damage and 6 hull damage. The Lutino is going that way. The Fortitude is dismasted and with 10 hull damage. The Bedford, they turn downwind, has 4 rigging damage, 1 hull, and where's the sensor? It's 4 rigging damage. Okay, so let's put everything back in our record sheets so we don't get lost. The Baja, and we are preparing turn 9. Now turn 9 is decisive for 2 things. One, regarding the who wins the initiative, because Taylor is on a dismasted ship and it may attempt to switch ships and switch to the sensor or the Bedford, whichever is closest. I think it's the Bedford is the closest. So, but before that, we must check if there's any wind change. Nope, the wind still remains. And now, let's decide the command. So we have 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's a group command of the Baja, the Victoire, the Berwick, the Jupiter, and the Révolution for the Richerie, and the Duquesne is out of command. I merged all the counters from all the flying colors boxes. So now I have like entire electronics drawers full of damage counters and out of command counters. Okay, and the British have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. All the British are in command of Taylor. So let's see the initiative. Ooh, 2 9s, and the British win because they have 1 audacity. So the British going to activate, and actually Taylor's gonna try to get out of that confusion there to and pass to another ship. I mean, being captured by the French wouldn't be wouldn't yeah, let's try to run away. So okay, command transfer. When a ship is aground, dismasted on its damaged side or is on fire, any non-wounded commander on that ship may attempt to transfer to another ship. If there is more than one commander on a ship, okay, successfully transferred commanders move to the nearest friendly undamaged ship that is not on fire. I think regarding damage, and correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but damaged means on the undamaged side as opposite to the damaged side. Not undamaged as in absolutely no damage counters on. So we have to roll a die on the command transfer table, and 6 or less is no transfer, 7 to 9 is command transfer, and we have a modifier for audacity. So we have a 2, even with the audacity plus 1, the tailor couldn't transfer. So to hell with caution, and I can't board, and Jesus, I'm going to just blaze away. Well, he's dismasted at one movement point, but the drifting is only at the end of the turn. I'll just fire away and try to kill the Richery and provoke a mess. Okay. The thing is that the Richery will defensive fire against the Fortitude. So lots of shooting there. I love it. Both flagships blazing at each other. This is great. Okay, the Richery Jupiter counts as a 5th rate at the moment. At the range of 1, it's a 7. Okay, it's a 7. It has a white shaded, so it becomes an 8. Audacity is 0, becomes still an 8. And carronades plus 1, it's a 9. Let's mark with our d20 that we are on a 9. Come on, where's the 9? There it is. Okay, and we are going to fire. Monsieur, you shall never have come this way. Oh, and they rolled a 0, like, wow. The French gunners are really shaken. There's no advantage for wind, and it's to the hull, of course. And it's a 0, pretty much a 0. Okay, 0 to the hull, to a 9. It's 1 hull damage to the Fortitude. Goes to 11. Okay, Fortitude firing back. Okay, the Fortitude is a 3rd rate, but has enough damage to drop it to count as a 4th rate. Okay, from range of 1 it's a 10, and we are firing on our starboard side. And it's our... Apparently, I think we fired before. I didn't mark it. Okay, we have a 10 plus 1 from the carronade, so I remembered this time. So 12 plus the audacity, 13. It's a 13. There. There's no wind advantage, but we're firing into the hull, and we are British. So 3 becomes a 4. So a 4 to the hull on a 13. 4 to the hull on a 13. It's 3 hull damage. So the Jupiter continues to be smashed. Still can take a bit more, and the Richelieu can transfer to one of the other ships on the, or attempt during its turn. Okay, now that both fired, let's check for leaders getting wounded. So blue for Taylor and red for the Richelieu. And the Richelieu is wounded. It's a 9. No! My God. But yeah, the in command stays. Okay, the Fortitude has moved. Now the Bedford, they have 4 movement points, -1 of ring damage, -1 for calm sea, so suddenly we have 2. And 1, 2. Let's fire a bit more. And the Bedford, yeah, the broadside is masked there. He's gonna fire into the rigging out of the Victoire. Let's do damage. So a third rate, our range is 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, yep. So a third at 3 range, it's an 8. We're firing our port side from the Bedford. Okay, we already did it. 8 and +1 of the audacity, it's a 9. And we are at 3 range, +1 from the carronades, it's a 10. A 10 carronades count for rigging? Yeah, they do. So aiming at the rigging, we are firing against the wind, so we have +1, but the sea is calm, so -2, it's a -1. So a 3 becomes a 2. So 2, shooting at the rigging on the 10, it's 2 rigging damage on the Victoire. 2 rigging damage. It goes up to a 9. Just get the 9. Okay. And there's the possibility of fire. So it was a 2 on 10. Oh wait, I saw wrong. 1 rig. So it's an 8. No possibility of fire. Sorry, I saw that wrong. No, exactly. 2 rigging, possibility of fire. Man, I was seeing wrong today. What's the matter? So it's 2. so it's equal or under to provoke a fire. Nope, no fire. Okay, sensor, it will move. The sensor has, it's a 4 minus 1 minus 1 for the rigging damage, minus 1 for the calm seas. It has 2, so it's going to back sails, and from running to reaching, it's going to do the same. It's going to fire into the French 74 gunner. Same deal. So this, it's the first, no, port side, he already did it. So a third rate. One thing I must say, when the sensor fired the first time from the port side, I forgot he was armed in foot and that he would count as a second rate, but difference we will never know. Okay, we are a third rate, we count as a second rate, and the distance is 4, so it's a 7. We're aiming at the rigging. A 7 plus 1 of the audacity, it's a 8. So we are on an 8. Aiming at the rigging, we got a 6. Minus 2 of calm seas becomes a 4. And plus 1 of shooting against the wind to the rigging, it's 5. So 5, aiming at the rigging, to an 8. It's 2 rigging, 1 hull. So it becomes 11 rigging damage and 4 in the hull. Right. Now our frigates. Let's take out one of the smokes a bit more to the side there. They were side by side. Okay, the Tisiphone is masked. Actually, let me take the dismasted up there. Yeah, it's masked. Well, it's a partial broadside. Anyways, it moves there. And the Victoire, the captain of the Victoire, sees what the Tisiphone is going to try, a rake, and he fires defensively at the Tisiphone. And he hopes to completely smash it to smithereens before he even discharges the guns. So defensive fire of the Victoire, third rate, at the range of 3, but is a partial broadside, so becomes a 4. At the range of 3, it's a 6. Plus 1 of the carronades, it's a 7. It's the Victoire shooting the starboard. Already did it. So we are on 7. White shaded, it's 8. So we are on 8. And we are going to fire to the hull. And we scored at 8. We don't have this. There's no downwind, and we are firing at the hull, but we are French, everything is the same. 8, aiming at the hull. To 8 is 2 hull on the Tisiphone. It's not that brutal. Let me see one thing, because I am not. I'm forgetting something. Give me a second. Right, everything is normal. And now the Tisiphone is going to attempt to rake into the hull of the Jupiter. So it's a 6th rate. Oh yeah, I have to roll for the rake attempt. Wait. So nope, absolutely no rate. Okay, we are a 6th rate. At the range of 1, it's a 4. We are firing our port side. We already fired it. So 4. And we have 1, 2 from the carronade. It's a 6. Plus 1 from the Audacity. It's a 7. I mean, these corvettes can still pack a punch, actually, at very close range. Okay, and aiming at the hull. Ooh, a 0. Okay, we are firing against the wind. It's a -1. We are British shooting at the hull. It's +1, so 0 on the hull, on the 7. Absolutely no damage. So we had 5. We moved 1, 2. Then we 3, 4, 5. Yeah, because -1 for calm seas, but we were. Yeah, let's make it 4 because I didn't declare that I was using the extra +1 movement point. Okay, so far everyone moved except the Lutine, which is beating, has 2 movement points, -1 for calm seas. Man, I'm in a really bad spot. Okay, so I can use 1, 2, and I'm gonna be blasted by the Berwick. Oh my god. What can I do here? I'm going to attempt attack. I'm gonna use all the movement points. I need 2 at least, but he has them. And here goes nothing. I mean, I can still be shot by the Berwick, but well, would be a partial. Okay, here goes nothing. It's a 4. 4. -1, enemy within 3 axes. Okay, we are on a 3. We have no rigging damage, so with 3 we have to spend 1 more, so here it goes. We can't really move any longer. So the attack was successful. That was it. It's 2 movement points plus the ones that are in the table. So it would be possible to move 1 more forward, but that way I can still be kind of protected against the revolution coming, but the Berwick could move forward. This is gonna be intense, this fight here. And I think the French are up to something. Okay, the British have ended. I mean, I can't really shoot there. Oh, I have to check for the rate. Ah, no, I did no damage with the DC. Okay. Okay, French are going to play. First of all, I can't transfer the Richelieu anymore because he's wounded. The Victoire is going to move, but the Barra will have masked broadside, so he will not be able to fire. So let's move him out of the way. So he would have a 5 movement point, -1 for the Comsies, it's a 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And yeah, they can't really defensive fire anymore. The Victoire has 4 movement points, -1 for the Comsies, -3 for the rigging damage. It's gonna just move 1 forward here. Okay, the Berwick has full movement and no broadsides fired. So he has 5 movement points, -1 for column. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, he's going to attempt to rake to the Fortitude. And he's going to aim at the hull. 7. -2, it's a 5. Commander quality is 0 at the point, it's a 0. +1, range to target, it's a 6. So, no rake. But anyways, he's firing at the hull. So we are a 3rd rate. So we move to 1. So we don't forget, let me mark it. We already spent 1 movement point. So we're gonna fire, and we are a 3rd rate. The range of 1, 12. And it's our initial broadside from the starboard. So 12, 14, we are white shaded, so 15 +1 from the carronades, it's 16. Let's not forget. Now we shoot. It's a 3. And we're firing into the hull with the wind. Becomes a 4. So 4 into the hull at 16. It's 4 hull, 1 rig. Okay. Now, the Fortitude goes to the damage side and takes 4 damage there. dismasted. Okay, let me grab the 4 damage for the fortitude. Okay. Let us check if Taylor gets wounded, because he gets wounded. Wow. Holy hell. This is brutal. Okay. Let's take the smoke out of the area there. Okay, we moved 1, shot his hull. 2, 3. I'm going to attempt to grapple. So we have Marines 4, and the Fortitude has Marines 3. So let's board. So we have an 8. You can't evade this. Well, you could try, but let's see. Grappling. We have an 8. And -1 to 7. We missed the grappling. Okay. In any case, the Fortitude would defensive fire the Berwick. So let's do that. I took all the smoke out because it starts to, well, I guess I can leave some puffs just to, lots of smoke there, and the crews are shouting and lots of shooting from the tops with the Marines. And Taylor is down, he hit the deck, the Richelieu is bleeding to death for a while now. He was being dragged below. Okay, and I count, well, the Fortitude at the moment counts as a 5th rate. At the range of 1 it's a 7. They are shooting at the hull, shoot at the walls. A 7 plus 2 from the carronades, 8, 9 plus 1 audacity, it's a 10. Oh wait, but this is masted, so 5 becomes a 6. It's a 4, 6, 7, 8. It's an 8. Into the hull, a 7, not with the wind, but we are British, becomes an 8. So an 8 to the hull on the 8. 2 hull on the Berwick. Okay, it's, yeah, just to say that we shot it, because it was untouched so far. Okay. Now we have the Revolution. He has 5 movement points, -1 for being calm. 1, 2, 3. Wow, the Lutin could defensive fire it, and Jesus Christ, he's going to do it because he's going to be blasted. The Revolution cannot reach the Fortitude, so he's going to blast the Lutin out of the water if he can. Okay, let's put smoke in between both ships because he will back sails and try to destroy the frigate. So the Lutin, defensive fire from the port side. Yep, it's his initial. Okay. It's a 5th rate, range of 1 it's a 7. 7 plus the carronade bonus, 7, 8, 9. plus audacity, it's a 10, plus 2 of the initial broadside from the port guns, it's a 12. Aiming at the hull. That's good Brits, and we have plus 2. So from a 5 becomes a 7, being British, shooting at the hull, and we are firing with the wind. So a 7 to the hull on the 12. 3 hull damage on the Revolution. And possibility of fire. And if the Brits put a fire on the Revolution, the Lutein crew will cheer! There's the fire on the... Oh, where's the fire counters? I remember putting them somewhere. And I'm glad I fired, actually. I was thinking, yeah, to hell with it, not going to fire, you know, like, yeah. But now I'm glad I did. Oh, let me grab the other one. It's the amount of... Okay. But the Revolution still has the simultaneous fire. And let's do it. It's a third rate. It's 12. Oh, and it's the first broadside. So it's a 14 already. And shaded white, it's a 15. Aiming at the hull. Let's blast it out of the water. It's an 8. With against the wind becomes a 7. So a 7 to the hull on a 15. 4 hull, 1 rigging. It's quite a bit against the small ships. He has only 5. So 4 hull and 1 rigging. They have only 5 for the hull there. Okay, that firing is done. Now the end of the out of command ship. Nope, can't really fire, but you can move. 1, 2, 3, 4. You just can't end the move next to an enemy ship. Alright, and this was the end of turn 9, but we still have stuff to do. So now we have to check for the ship fires. Okay. Revolution, it's a 5. Oh, receives 1 more rigging hit. Actually receives 1 rigging hit. And I have to roll again because the ship may explode. Oh my god. Ah. Okay. Nothing happens with the fire. Now we have the drifting. I think, well, it's trapped between those, but it can't drift downwind. Being dismasted and everything. just conferring the drifting. Okay, the whole damage. We have the striking. Well, it may strike actually regarding, but we want to check the drifting situation. Oops, sorry, because it will. I'm curious because it's the first time I see one drifting. Drop back. Correct. It will move 1x with the wind. Okay. Now we have to test for striking. We grab the table, the strike table. Here we go. Let's roll it. It's a 4. Yeah, it keeps fighting. Okay, and now the sinking and remove broadside markers. We have no ships sinking. Sorry for the arm. Lots of smoke. Actually, the smoke. Alright, last turn, turn 10. We have to test the wind. No, nothing changes. And oh, the commands. Okay, yeah, Taylor is 2, so basically it's just his 2 ships, and all these are out of command. Let me grab the counter so we have a good visualization. Okay, out of command, out of command. The same happens with, I left a broadside marker there. Okay. The Richerie is 3, so 1, 2, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, yeah. The Baja is out of command. A lot of out of command ships at the moment, but it happens during, I mean, especially when commanders get wounded. Okay, so, oh, and there's another out of command, which is the routine. Okay, so the very last turn, and we can't deny that this is pretty much a French victory at the moment. I mean, the censor can still try to destroy the flagship. But let's see the initiative. Oh, the French have the initiative. Okay. With the French having the initiative, you know what? Given we recorded for 40 plus minutes, let's leave the last turn for the next episode. So stay good, play games, have fun. And anything regarding rules, comments, suggestions, well, just leave it in the comments, or reach to me through the email or Twitter. So have a good one. See you later on.